All right. We are here once again. And you know what? First, let me do this because, they might have some questions here. So let's put that disclaimer up first. There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome back to beatzillapdx official news break. We are here to talk about the conflicting information about the firing of Judge Pinkey Carr out of Ohio. This story is coming out of there. So what has happened is when I first came across this story, it struck me because I thought that maybe a system was being done wrong. So the first headline that the Daily Mail had put out was Ohio judge is booted from the bench for wearing tank tops and spandex shorts in court. So naturally, I said, well, wait a minute. Let me go see what's going on with this story. And unfortunately, family, this is not one to where we can use the hashtag of protect black women. Because this one right here has to do with a judge that had some questionable practices during the beginning of the pandemic. And so she has been suspended indefinitely. Now, the headline would lead you to believe that she was suspended because of her wearing of tank tops and spandex shorts in court. Well, in further reading in this article, let me just read to you the very first part of this article so you can see why this headline is so conflicting. It reads, an Ohio judge was removed from the bench Tuesday for misconduct that included repeatedly lying, issuing illegitimate arrest warrants, and wearing spandex shorts, tank tops, and sneakers in court. Now, when you actually hear the reports of this story, the last part was never an issue. Because right now, let's go back to the included repeatedly lying part. Issuing illegitimate arrest warrants. We can stop right there. That is enough question for conduct. So, with that being said, family, you see her district. Look at on the screen. So, this is her on your left, and then that's her district's judges on the right. Their circuit court is extremely black. There's 10 black judges. There are 4 non-black judges. Family, brace yourselves for this story. Because when you see this sister, you would think if I had a legal situation before her in her courtroom, I got a fair chance at being treated at least fairly. Well, family, I have to just give the truth on what it is, and this is journalistic honesty here. What you see on the screen are the proceedings from her March 18th. You see the date, March 18th. So the court that she is literally videotaped conferencing in is closed. They did the same thing here. They closed the courthouse. No proceedings were taking place. Everybody got the notice because it was a statewide, citywide, county-wide shutdown. Even here in Portland, Oregon, where all of the protests went over 100+ days over George Floyd. Well, without further ado, family, she claims that she did not issue any arrest warrants or try any cases during the pandemic. Here is Cleveland Municipal Court Judge Pinkey S. Carr on March 18th, 2020.
Warrants for arrest? No, that didn't happen. I can't believe you people braved it coming down here. Everybody else was scared. We're not scared. I'm so glad we're here.
Scared.
You're scared? Okay,
Yes,
Linda,
I
you
had to
stay
come
there.
in.
You stay there, Linda.
I had to come in.
What do you have?
Derez, hearing no response, note the time, 8:55. Officer present, no defendant. KPS will be issued. Thanks, officer. Have a good day. Be safe out there. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Let's see, defendant was KPS on October the 4th. KPS again, note the time, 8:58. It's a miracle people are here. You know what that article will do? Now that people have known, oh, Judge Carr, issue a warrant for your arrest. Is that gonna make people come down here now? Brilliant. Brilliant. I don't even think they thought about that part.
No.
It's like, oh, watch everybody run down here Monday. Oh, because Judge Carr gonna issue a warrant for my arrest.
46 on the
Dum-dums.
docket. Richardson?
Dum-dums.
46 on the docket. Richardson as a foundational, as FBA. I know plenty of FBAs named Richardson. So y'all see the how things are going on, and all of this is taking place on mostly us, family. I just had to, when we talk about representation matters, let's just keep it a buck. This is supposedly what representation looks like, right? But this is what's taking place, unfortunately.
Capias, bond is set at 10,000. Originally called at 9:07. Note the time, 9:10. Capias. Bond is set at 5,000. You know what? I'll just put a straight Capias on.
Okay.
Yep, just a straight Cape. No bond.
Things happen.
Capias bond is set at 5,000. Note the time, 9:14. If people came to court and they were willing to risk their health, I figured I would return the favor. As far as issuing warrants for their arrest, absolutely untrue.
Family, you're literally watching her issue the same arrest warrants that she's claiming she didn't do.
Defendant was Capias on February the 5th, 2020. Capias again. Bond is set at $5,000. Defendant was Capias on February the 22nd. Capias again. First degree driving under the influence. Bond is set at $5,000. Note the time, 8:48 on docket number 5. Capias 8:50.
That's a bond of $10,000, bail of $10,000 if you didn't get that. So she set two different charges. Both bonds are at $5,000. This is what she did. Well, bonds are $5,000. So she's doing that. That's 5,000. So is that 50? So the bond is low, nonetheless. Oh no. That's 500. So yeah, that would be 500. So if it's 5,000, it's 500. So basically, she set bond for that individual at $1,000 with two different bond charges. So, and note, hey, man, this is during a time when, like I said, there's a government shutdown, there are statewide shutdowns, there are citywide shutdowns, there are county-wide shutdowns. This woman is operating her court in the midst of it when the people to whom she is setting arrest warrants and bail amounts for are instructed by the local government not to show up.
51. KPS 3 previous occasions, note to time 8:53 on docket number 24. KPS, bond is set at $2,500. KPS 2 previous occasions, KPS again, note to time 8:54. Docket number 31, bond is set at $2,500.
I would have to wonder what the relationship with KPS is with this court, because she is just running up all of these different charges on one individual. What's happening here? What are we seeing?
Hearing no response, note the time.
Okay, because KPS is a name she was using for all the defendants that were not there. So she's using a term. Not completely certain of what that term means, but I would have to assume it has something to do with them not showing up. And contempt, obviously, because she's setting bail, I guess being in contempt. A person is not in contempt of court if they are instructed by the local government not to come to court. They literally did that here. They literally said that in Multnomah County, the county I live in, if you even have, if you have eviction court, if you have traffic court, it's canceled. It was literally canceled. So what she's doing, I just want y'all just to give you some clarity on what you're really witnessing. These are court proceedings, family. This is not a news reel that somebody's saying. No, this is video from her literally playing with people's lives. But notice she coordinated with the police to be there to testify. Just don't miss that, family. Just saying.
8:44, set for trial. The person is not here, as I've noted all week. Corona, day 3. You're all set.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Unbelievable. People know me. They knew it wasn't true, so that's why I didn't feel the need to comment. I'm like, okay, this is ridiculous. Why would I issue a warrant for someone's arrest knowing what's going on as it relates to Corona? Simply not true.
So you are keeping your courtroom open only for those people that might not be seeing it on the news that it's closed, and if they come, you want to be here. That's why you're keeping your courtroom open.
Absolutely. I mean, it's not fair. If a person is willing to take time out of their schedule, if they're missing work, if they feel that their case is more important than their health, I mean, it's the least I can do. I mean, it wouldn't be fair to them.
Okay, family. Did you hear that? She had the nerve to say that although the news is telling people not to come to court, that maybe there are some people who didn't know. Well, then why would you be trying the cases and hearing the cases with the people who are absent, to whom you could clarify probably already got the memo? You should only be focusing on those who did show up that proved to you that they did not get the news. But if the news is declaring, it's irregardless if the news declares it or not. The news is not a moral authority or a legal authority. They are only reporting what the legal system has already mandated. Their sister is out of control. She is out of control. And this is not representation. Representation matters. Let me put this picture on the screen again. Representation matters, right? Right? Why? Well, here's my other question. Why are there conflicting information about the firing of this woman? We are seeing why she was fired. She's literally breaking the law. All of what she's doing right here is illegal. Unfortunately, her community to which she is legal guardian over is an urban community. So these aren't strangers to our community that are being done this way by a person from their own community. This is horrible, family. Here's some more.
The last.
He's on the docket?
Nope.
Bye-bye.
I almost spit this
You
smoothie
got
out.
something to say, you're supposed to be here today.
Oh, yeah?
Put it on the docket? Nope.
Man, that's the last.
Look, check out front. The last. What's your name?
You see how they doing things out there, family? Do you understand? Like, this ain't cool. It's not cool at all. And it's she's in the wrong. So the fact that they suspended her indefinitely, y'all have seen for yourself that no one is lying on her. And that's that's what has been released from the court of Cleveland. So that's not doctored material. It's literally legal material from Cleveland, Ohio. This is what the circuit court is putting out. Yeah, this woman did that because I guess they need to cover themselves as well. But of course, this is what they did. They put that out and they showed you what she was doing. I just remembered, shout out Nas Escobar from Twitter, when he reminded us of Ketanji Brown and her work against the people at Lockheed Martin who were subject to a mass deleter. And these people who survived had it, they in Lockheed Martin, all of them had agreed. It was Ketanji Brown, Simpson or Jackson, right? Jackson, Ketanji Brown Jackson. She decided that wasn't fair and vacated the decision. So those foundational Black Americans who were traumatized never got justice or compensated, thanks to your latest SCOTUS. But remember, when we talk about, well, y'all just hating on her because she a dark-skinned women and you just don't want all that chocolate dripping melanin and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Look at this sister. She's the same complexion as Ketanji. And you just saw what she did to her own people. Don't look at the victims of an individual who sits in a seat of power and abuses it. And then say, hey, y'all need to elevate that person over where they already were, abusing you. No, I don't think so. But nonetheless, let's hear what the local news has to say.
On 100 counts of alleged misconduct has been removed from the bench.
Let's hear it again. What did he say there? What did he just say?
The Cleveland judge who blamed menopause on 100 counts of alleged misconduct has been removed.
You hear that? She blamed all of what she did on menopause. People's lives can get played with because of her emotional state. That's not a good. Okay, let me move here. We always look at how black girls rock, right? We can no longer sit up here. If you're going to be strong and be the yas girl, you have to stay the yas girl. And in this condition, you can now not, but when I was just going through the change. No. Because some people could say this is almost like the effects of alcohol. They say it's truth serum. So how you really felt came right on out.
From the bench.
State House reporter Morgan Trow first reported on Judge Pinkey Carr's hearing at the Ohio Supreme Court in April, and today they came to a decision.
She spoke with someone who had previously filed a complaint against the judge and got a response from Carr's legal team, too.
I was often mocked, laughed at.
The behavior of a Cleveland municipal court judge put her job in jeopardy.
The way she scolded me, yelled at me.
Minnie Burkhalter is one of the dozens of Clevelanders to accuse Judge Pinkey Carr of misconduct during her hearings.
Now, notice, I already told you, if you've seen the judge constituency, the array of judges that are in that district, you already know what type of district you're dealing with. And so, you know, the people to whom she is doing all of this to, it's the people that are 10-4 with the judges in that district. What that say? 14 judges, 10 of them are melanated.
Halter says the judge ignored her evidence in a case involving bankruptcy.
I felt almost less than a human, honestly. And I felt hopeless about it.
But she has a spark of hope, and that's because the Ohio Supreme Court's Tuesday morning decision held immediate consequences. The justices indefinitely suspended Carr's law license. In a 5-2 ruling, the majority said Carr's unprecedented behavior of more than 100 counts of misconduct, including sending someone to jail for rolling their eyes, demonstrated her abuse of power. The justices also disregarded the former judge's reasoning behind her actions.
Menopause, sleep apnea, mental health issues. Do you think that the justices didn't see those as sufficient enough reasons?
Well, she was not being appropriately treated for those conditions.
When have you ever heard anybody talk about being appropriately treated for those conditions? Menopause is not a condition. It's I guess for all you call being pregnant a condition, then yes, it is a condition. However, it is a natural thing. So what we're talking about, she wasn't going through psychotraumatic therapy or something like that. She's using menopause, which I guess only her doctor can verify, which I don't know if it would come to her having to prove that that's what's happening or not. But, you know, it's a convenient excuse. I'm not certain of what this sister's age is. And it could be happening. Maybe.
We're disappointed in the sanction.
Carr's attorney, Rich Koblantz, has never tried to excuse the judge's behavior, rather explaining why things went wrong. But he also says he was set up to fail. He took on the case after it was abandoned by another team just 2 weeks before one of the hearings.
I would have liked to have had sufficient time to have done the development we wanted relative to the evidence.
An indefinite.
By the way, both defense attorneys are using the exact same defense.
Suspension isn't as severe as it sounds. Carr is able to reapply for her law license in 2 years if she proves to the Supreme Court she has dealt with her issues. Koblance says he assumes she will be reapplying.
I'm glad that she is no longer going to be abusing her discretion in court.
As for Burkhalter, she took her case to an appellate court and won, dismissing Carr's penalties toward her. At the Ohio Supreme Court, I'm Morgan Trow reporting.
So the sister had to go to the appellate court to get justice because she couldn't go to somebody who looked like her, who was in a position. You know how this works for other groups? They go there and say, well, hey, we have some kind of kinness and there's something there. But see, when it comes down to people like this, we don't know her background. We're not certain of her background, but one thing is for certain. She has a disdain for her own. She has a disdain for melanated individuals. And so that much is clear. So I was really thrown back on the way that they tried to throw her out there. But now we know why. Because she's a friend of the system, not of her own people. So they wanted you to think that, because what I just played, you didn't hear anything about the way she dressed. They tried to report this story as if she was kicked out and suspended and wrongly done for wearing tank tops and spandex, to which you didn't hear of. But you heard a whole lot of shady legal proceedings that have came from this woman. But the Daily Mail thought that it would be more prudent to run the story that isn't even part of the story, that she was fired for her dress, her spandex, and her tank tops, when she's on the bench in a robe anyway. Pretty sure she wasn't fired for that. When I saw that, I figured that was the case. But now, family, we all know what the case is. She was illegally doing things against other FBAs and probably other melanated people as well. So with that being said, this was just a news break letting y'all know about the conflicting information that you might see about the firing of Judge Pinkey Carr. But as we see, she pretty much got what she had coming because she wasn't cool. So with that being said, we're going to have to address what we have to address from here on out. And so, follow us right here on the beatzillapdx official channel. Subscribe, like, share this video. If you enjoy this content, you can also donate. You can hit the super chat. You can hit the super thanks, or you can hit the Cash App, which is $beatzillapdx, and you can hit PayPal, which is Zilla Music, ZILLAMUZAK. And you can do all of that right here and those places as well. So make sure you stay tuned, like, share, subscribe. Once again, y'all stay black, stay vigilant, stay alive, stay free. Black first. Shalom, y'all.
60. If you want genuine black conversation that's uncompromised, unfiltered, join 60s.net today.
Jay?
Yes?
I love 60s. I'm so excited there's a site where we can finally talk about black issues.
When's the last time you posted?
Well, you know, the way my phone is set up.
You're clearly not that excited about 60s. Have a great day.